Ever feel like you're screaming inside, and no one even notices? That's what depression can feel like, and it's not just sadness. It's survival mode, every single day. But what's the real difference between moderately severe and severe depression, and why does it matter? One might look like holding it together in public, while breaking down in private. The other, it can shut your whole world down. These aren't just moods, they're serious medical conditions. And yet, most people have no idea what they actually look like, or how to help. If you or someone you love is struggling, this video could be the turning point. Because healing starts with knowledge. And you are never alone. Watch, share, speak up. Someone's life might depend on it. Depression is often misunderstood. It's not just sadness. It's not a bad day, or a rough week. It's the feeling of drowning, while everyone else around you seems to breathe just fine. And it's far more common than we think. Over 280 million people around the world live with depression. That's nearly the entire population of the United States, times 5. But here's the scariest part. Most of them suffer in silence. They show up to work. They laugh in group photos. They say, "I'm fine," when they're anything but. Sometimes, the people fighting the hardest battles are the ones you'd least expect. This is the silent epidemic. And today, we're breaking that silence, together. Let's clear up one of the biggest misconceptions right now. Depression is a clinical disorder, not a weakness, not laziness, and definitely not a personality flaw. It's a legitimate medical condition that affects how you think, feel, and function. Doctors classify depression by how severe the symptoms are. It starts with mild, then moves to moderate, followed by moderately severe, and finally, severe depression. But no matter where you fall on the spectrum, depression isn't just about mood. It can hijack your energy, your motivation, your sleep, your appetite, even how your brain processes reality. This is more than sadness. It's a full-body, full-mind condition that deserves understanding, not judgment. Moderately severe depression is often invisible, but the weight it carries is crushing. It feels heavy, exhausting, overwhelming, like trying to run a marathon underwater, every single day. There's a constant cloud of sadness, a deep loss of interest in the things that used to bring joy, even the little ones. Sleep becomes unpredictable, appetite fades or spirals, concentration slips through your fingers. Your body is moving, but your mind is numb. And yet, from the outside, you might still seem okay. You're technically functioning, showing up to work, answering messages, maybe even smiling. But inside, you're barely hanging on. This is the quiet stage where people suffer behind closed doors, often unnoticed, often untreated. Severe depression isn't just painful, it's paralyzing. This is when symptoms become debilitating. Getting out of bed can feel impossible. Even brushing your teeth might seem like a mountain too high to climb. There's often complete emotional shutdown, not just sadness, but numbness. A terrifying void where feelings once lived. People in this state may isolate completely, not because they don't care, but because they no longer have the strength to connect. Motivation disappears. Days blur together, and for some, the weight of hopelessness becomes so heavy, thoughts of self-harm or suicide start creeping in. In its most extreme form, severe depression can include psychotic features, hearing voices, losing touch with reality. This is when depression doesn't just affect your mind, it takes over your life. And it's not something you can just snap out of. It's a medical emergency that deserves immediate, compassionate care. Let's break it down, side by side. In moderately severe depression, energy is low, but not completely gone. You might push through the day, but every task feels like a mountain. In severe depression, that energy disappears entirely. Even getting out of bed can feel impossible. Functionality. With moderately severe symptoms, you might still go to work or school, but barely. In severe depression, daily functioning becomes almost non-existent. Life just stops. Mentally, moderately severe depression clouds your thoughts. Things feel foggy, distorted. But in severe cases, thoughts can spiral into suicidal ideation or even delusions, completely disconnecting someone from reality. Socially, the moderately depressed person begins pulling away. You'll notice fewer texts, missed events, cancelled calls. But with severe depression, people may vanish, total isolation, radio silence. Emotionally, moderately severe depression brings intense guilt, sadness, maybe even worthlessness. Severe depression is often marked not by sadness, but by complete numbness. A hollow, vacant state where emotions feel unreachable. Both are serious. But here's the truth. One may still look like they're coping, while the other may have disappeared completely. If anyone's ever told you depression is just in your head, let's set the record straight. Depression doesn't just feel real. It is real, right down to the brain's structure and chemistry. It physically alters critical areas of the brain, like the prefrontal cortex, which affects decision-making, the amygdala, which regulates fear and emotions, and the hippocampus, which controls memory and learning. It also disrupts the balance of key neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the very chemicals that regulate mood, motivation, and pleasure. And it doesn't stop there. Depression manifests in the body, too, causing fatigue, chronic pain, and slowed movement. So no, it's not just a mindset, not just a bad mood. It's a full body condition that deserves medical attention, compassion, and respect. Here's the truth that doesn't get said enough. Treatment works. Healing is possible, but it's not one size fits all. Depression is personal, and so is recovery. For many, that journey starts with psychotherapy, like CBT to reframe thought patterns, DBT for emotional regulation, or trauma therapy to process deep wounds. Others may need medication, such as SSRIs, SNRIs, or mood stabilizers, to help rebalance brain chemistry and regain stability. Small lifestyle changes can also make a powerful difference. Gentle movement, quality sleep, mindful breathing, all help the brain heal from the inside out. And never underestimate the power of community support, whether through group therapy, peer networks, or simply being surrounded by people who see you, hear you, and refuse to let you fight alone. The path to recovery looks different for everyone, and that's okay. What matters is this: you're not broken, and it's not unique to you. Sometimes, the most powerful treatment isn't found in a prescription, it's found in connection. If someone you love is battling depression, your support can literally save their life. Start by listening, without judgment. You don't need all the answers. Just being present matters. Don't try to fix them or cheer them up with quick advice. Depression isn't a broken mood, it's a medical condition. Instead, offer help that's proactive and specific. Say, I'm here. Say, let's talk. Say, can I bring you dinner? And most of all, stay consistent. Even if they don't reply. Even if they push you away. Your steady presence tells them, you're not a burden. You are not alone. That kind of love, that kind of patience, it doesn't just help, it heals. If you're struggling right now, listen closely. You are not weak, not for feeling overwhelmed, not for asking for help. You are not broken. Depression doesn't define you or your worth. You are not alone, even when it feels like no one understands. And above all, you are deeply needed, even when you can't see it. Your life matters, your story matters, and healing is possible. Let's end the silence together. If this video resonated with you, please share it. You never know, it might just save someone's life. Don't hesitate to comment below, whether it's your thoughts, your story, or simply words of support. Your voice matters, and if you want more mental health truths, hit that subscribe button and join this growing community. Because here, no one should ever feel invisible. We're in this together, and together, we heal. If you or someone you love is struggling right now, please remember this: you're not broken, you're not alone, and you are not the only one feeling this way. It's not unique to you, and that means help is out there. In the US and Canada, you can reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline 24/7 by dialing 988. It's free, it's confidential, and it's there when everything feels too heavy. Outside North America, we've got you. Check the link in the description for worldwide crisis lines and resources near you. Looking for longer-term support? PsychologyToday.com, BetterHelp, and TalkSpace are great places to find a therapist who gets what you're going through. And if speaking up feels impossible, just text "hello" to 741741. A trained crisis counselor in the US will be there. No judgment, just help. Because your life matters, your pain matters, and your healing, that matters too. So if this video spoke to you, share it. You might just save a life. Drop your thoughts or story in the comments. Someone else might need to hear it. And hit subscribe if you want more real talk about mental health. No fluff, no stigma, just truth. Together, let's end the silence and build a world where no one feels invisible. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.